I would say that the thing that distinguishes me as a teacher and as a helping professional, mainly in my coaching practice, is that I am fundamentally an anti-authoritarian. I don't like being told what to think. I don't like being told what conclusions to draw about things. I've always had this kind of attitude of prove it. And I have a pretty well-developed bullshit detector. You could say I'm rather, you'd say allergic to dogma. And it's probably no mistake that I ended up training, being trained by my teacher in a community called the Dharma Punks, which, if you don't know what that was, it was a very serious community of practitioners. I mean, actually, it still exists in a form. But when we would have classes, the teachers, myself included, we would say things like, find out for yourself, right? Don't believe me, find out for yourself. And this is really in the spirit of Buddhism as well. You hear the Buddha saying, be a lamp unto yourself, or find yourself independent of others in your dharma. There is this kind of call, this kind of spirit of non-dogmatic approaches to spiritual principles and practices. So I very much embody that. I don't, I almost want to say, I don't get along well with others in that regard. I'm the guy who pushes people and probably annoyed most of my teachers trying to get to the truth. I mean, really, my value system is this. I'm interested in what's true to the extent that I can get approximate to truth somehow, and I care about what works. So what this means is that I've moved through my life. I've been engaged with systems for 35 years, whether those are healing systems or addiction recovery systems. I mean, the addiction world is its whole own dogmatic thing. I've had to very much find my own way with that. I'm 21 years sober now. But it was really a mix of Buddhism and trauma work that worked for me. The 12 steps was not a fit for me. And that has happened over and over, where I've had to sort of forge my own path. That might just be a thing about me, but the people who work with me, who tend to do well, who stay around with me for a long time, seem to have that same sort of outsider mentality. So that's the thing about me. I think it's a strength because everything that I teach, everything that I utilize as a system in my practices, my coaching practice, is something that has been put through the filter of my own critical analysis. So I include it in the sort of mental model that I'm holding around how to help people because I believe it works. So that's the other criteria, that the thing actually works. And really the point that I want to make is that there is no one right way. This issue of what works is different with different people. So the other strength that I think I bring is that when I engage people, my clients, my students, I don't come in so much with an agenda. I do have a mental model, but that mental model is, been built over a long period of time, a lot of trial and error. I have a lot that I can pull from. What I'm really interested in is engaging with this person to see who they are as an individual, see the sort of, I kind of view people like they're an interesting sort of individual constellation of a bunch of different orientations and needs and problems to be solved and sort of impulses for directions in which they want to grow. And my job is to try to see them as clearly as possible. And then I can move between models to pull things from different systems to see how it goes in working with the person who's right in front of me. So I think that's my strength. It's the experience of 35 years of critically analyzing all of these things in both my personal journey and the 20 years I've had a coaching practice, in working with students as a Buddhist teacher and all the other stuff I've done. And here's my position on this. In the end, a student or a client might come to me, and sure, I might know more than they do in terms of what's available for their process than they might. But in the end, the only authority is the students or the client. And that authority is established in paying attention, and I mean them, paying attention in the laboratory of their own body, heart, and mind to the results of the application of whatever practices or principles we're trying to apply to move them forward. They are the authority.